on Game Pass. Like, oh, I'll give it a try. When it first came out, and I played it for several hours. But for those of you not familiar with Blue Prince, it is a puzzle game. It is kind of a maze game, kind of a roguelite, in that you will be making multiple runs before you beat any kind of success. Let's get into it. I might end up repositioning myself depending on UI where things are, but let's start a new game. You'll see how the game works shortly after getting into it if you're not familiar. It's easier than me explaining it, honestly. And probably more entertaining. Second. Did somebody sub and I miss it?
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
So that's the story behind it. We have to solve this puzzle as the nephew, or else we don't get this amazing looking estate. Day 1. So, you can see in the top left, you have a number of steps. Each day, you start with 50 steps. I'm going to press forward. Now here's our instructions. Open only in the event of my death. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate, and you may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads, abandon the path, and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert Sinclair. Then we have the blueprint. Mount Holly Blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access it by pressing tab. So here is the estate. It is 5 rooms wide and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 rooms long. We want to get to the antechamber. We start in the entrance hall. Let's see what happens when we start moving around. First of all, look at all the stuff in the room you're in. See if there's any little hints or cards like this laying around. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 step. We start a day with 50. When you no longer have any steps left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. So that's the end. Essentially, kind of the game conceit is you have to leave or you collapse of exhaustion. So we have 3 doors. If you look at our map, you can see the 3 doors on this particular area. Entrance hall. Past the steps and beyond the grand doors, admission to Mount Holly is granted by way of a dark, garish lobby, suitably called the entrance hall. From here, each guest's adventure begins. However, the 3 doors that proceed onward do not always lead to the same adjoining rooms. We have all these different room categories. Yes, the antechamber is room 45, and we want to get through it to room 46. Because 5 by 9 is 45, so we need to get past the antechamber to room 46. First door. So when you go to open a door, you get to choose the room that comes next. So it can be a bedroom, which we enter straight and exit right, and whenever you enter this room, you gain 2 steps. So essentially, when you enter it, it's a free room, for all intents and purposes. Closet contains items that are useful, but it has no exits. It's the end of the line. Or a hallway, which has 3 exits. This looks pretty good. So keep in mind where we are. We're at the bottom. We're entering this way, exiting that way, and we have exit both ways. So I'm going to go with the hallway. You open the door. There's the hallway. Oh, there's a card on the table, so let's check that. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Unfortunate. So these little cards can be random as well. Sometimes you have more likelihood of getting them in particular rooms. But, like it said, some doors will be locked depending on where you go. But let's try this one. So this will be the bottom left corner. So we can see now our blueprint. Blueprint. Anyway. We got the hallway. So we go left, we can go, we'll use the cardinal directions. We can go west, we can go north. Let's go west. And it's free to open a door. It doesn't cost you steps to open the door, it costs you steps to go through. The nook. Let's get a key. So we have a puzzle in the parlor, some money in the pantry because there's odd things you can buy, and there's a nook which gives us the keys. Let's do the nook. Because it said we're more likely to have locked rooms now, so. Here's our key. Not seen any other... Oh, there's a note. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps, most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. When I first played, I definitely took a few pages of notes. So I got a notebook, I got a pen sitting near me, if I need it, just in case. So let's go north now. We hit the west wall. So let's continue going north. Not worried about steps. This is our first day. We're not going to go anywhere significant in our first day. So let's do the parlor. See one of the puzzles. So yeah, like I said, didn't cost anything to open the door. We're at 48. You go through the door, 47. If you go back through, it also costs you a step to backtrack. We got a wind-up key, component of the parlor game, and a letter. Dear Herbert, this is on May the 2nd. It was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. That would be a good idea, the screen snips actually, yeah. Rather than my, like, chicken scratch handwriting that I can barely read. If I can refresh your memory, but I've like, this is one of those games I do not want to look up a walkthrough. I want to do it myself. I'm not saying you're trying to help or anything. I just, like, sometimes you get stuck in a game. Oh, I want to look up a walkthrough. I just want to get past this. Like, no, the point of this game is to remember and earn your way through it. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write the particulars of this game. When I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests, should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false, and only one box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. So you could have 2 truths and a lie, or 2 lies and a truth. Exactly. It's like occasionally I will play games with cheats and stuff, but this is not one I would do that for. Like a few months ago, I went back and got on a big real-time strategy kick. So I went back and played through a bunch of the Age of Empires 2 missions that Microsoft added on in Game Pass. This statement appears on another box. The blue box is empty. This statement appears on another box. So, that means this is true, and this is true, so this is the liar, because there has to be at least one liar, and like this, that is a true statement, because it does appear on one box, and that is a true statement, because it appears in another box. So this is the liar, the blue box is therefore not empty, and there's only one box that has something in it, and if it's not empty, it has to be full. Bam. Gems. Let's press on. So remember, we're facing east, where we're at. We have a spare room or a pantry with some money in it, or a storeroom. Let's hit the pantry, because that lets us continue. I don't want to hit a dead end this early. Right, we're going to continue north here. We got some food. So food items, we're at 46 steps. Give you steps. Got some money. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we've just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in a pantry. Alright, next room. Spare room, corridor is always left unlocked. Yeah, let's go corridor. Keep going north. Kind of a storage corridor. Ooh, I want to take the hat. And that was one thing, too, like when I first started, and I'm still not sure, like, how much detail should I be paying attention to? There's a picture of a tie. There's a picture of whatever this is. A light fixture, maybe? Or a serving tower? Serving tower, not a light fixture. Like, are those important? Well, yeah, no, please don't spoil it. I'm kind of just talking out loud. Of course I'm talking out loud. I'm just thinking out loud. But yes, please don't. I appreciate it. I'm kind of just, because I know there's a couple people watching that may not have played before too, so I'm just kind of giving like the logic of, well, if I can call what my brain does logic. In the spare room, someone's painting, someone's packing. We got the bathroom, the den. Let's do a den. That splits out both ways. It's always the same time. Oh no, that is creeping forward, isn't it? Ooh, we got another gem. Made our gem back from earlier. And there's a lot of chess pieces laying, like just loose chess pieces. Door's locked. This door is not. The chapel, when you enter the chapel, lose $1. Let's go to the courtyard. The outdoor spaces are fun. So the courtyard. So there's an item you can find in the house. You can get the shovel. If you have the shovel, you can dig up these little patches of dirt for more items. So these things. This has is locked by electronic keycard. Keycard is in another room somewhere. So that is essentially locked. This one, actually, that's blueprint is what I was trying to find. So this is facing south. And we always go in the bottom door in these. So there's passageway, but that needs 2 gem. Let's get the observatory. And we have an exit east. Let's align this up. Where's the other wheel? Hey. North Star. Gain a gold. I never noticed that little... Could be a clock. It looks more like a compass than a clock. But under that. The globe seems weird. Like, both of them kinda do. And again, chess piece. So a knight moves in an L shape. So that means, and it's facing this way. So does that mean, so which way did we come in? We came in this way. So does that mean I should move like a knight? Let's try that, see what happens. Constellations. This book contains a complete starbase, a list of constellations and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one in a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify them, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. So, if you see the North Star, you get a gold, the twins, the slice, all these things, you can see the different rewards you get if you see them in the sky. Alright, so let's leave here and try to move like a knight would. Well, we can't. So does that mean... Well, we can go 1 over and 2 up. Oh, we can do either, actually. It's 2 and 1. Yeah, so let's try that. So security be the only way we could do that. So that's security. And security's kind of a neat room too. Babyface boy. The tapes. So I don't know, but I don't think this section has any big things in it, like the cinematic, because it doesn't show you this every time you come in the room. That's me. Blue memos are true, red memos are lies, unless written by hand. So typed red memos are lies. So that's, I'm writing that down. Blue memos true, red memos lies, unless handwritten. So that thing we saw earlier about rooms in the West End being locked, that was typed, so that was a lie. Rooms in the West are more likely to be unlocked. Mount Holly security. This detailed list of items currently in the house that you have yet to be collected. This list we've updated as new rooms are added. So this is the rooms that we've explored. So we haven't left anything in any rooms. Security doors are doors within the state that can only be unlocked with an electronic key card. We saw one of those. The key card system is currently operational. Set security level. I'm going to change the offline mode. This mode determines the default setting security doors will be set to if power is lost, during a blackout, for example. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked now if any staff are working on the estate. We're going to set level security determines the amount of keycard security doors that will be deployed in your estate. For example, you should expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with a low setting, and 5 or 6 with a high setting. So right now, we want... This is where you can get, if you knock the power out, you're going to have more unlocked doors, because they'll be unlocked if the power's out. If you don't knock the power out, you want fewer doors. Right? Login network password. I don't know the password. Wait. Password. Oh, okay. Okay, I had to check. Incorrect password. It's like making your password something easy to remember. New England clam... Not Boston? What about Boston clam chowder? Is that the other one? What's the red one? I think that's Boston. The laboratory. We don't have the gem to get that, though. Some rooms have gem requirement. We don't have any. You can never remember that. lose $1 if we get that, though. We have to pick one. We have a lot of other exits. Let's get closet. What do we get in the closet for items? Money. Each time you collect 3, earn an additional 1. And an ivory die. While drafting, you may use die to roll new floor plans. And from the observatory, so I go down to. Yeah, let's try going down to. We're going to continue to try moving as a knight from the observatory. And we can't. So let's use our. Let's get the storeroom, actually, or the guest bedroom. It gives us 10 steps. First day, not too worried about steps. We got a money. And more chess pieces. A gem and a key. Grandfather clock and a lock. Let's go to the courtyard. I know this room from the den. This room was locked, but now we have a spare key. Well, we have 2 spare keys, but we can use one. West Wing Hall is where we want to be. That lets us go north and south. A bathtub and a corked vial of something. Ooh, scrap paper. Staff notice, June 15th, 83. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, may draft to. Let's go north. We'll come back south if we have to, if we need a key. Well, might as well. Gotta go commissary. There goes our gem as well. Staff notice, effective the first week of December, payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. So your tenants will no longer be registered at morning roll call. It is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mr. Babbage, or Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password. S. I need the not the eyeglass, the magnifying glass. With wheat, without. So with, you get wheat. Without, you get rain, showers, clouds. Commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. Sorry for any inconvenience, but that is a lie. It is typed. We got a gem, some running shoes. There's a key card exit out of there. Alright, so we are going to have to go back to the entrance. Unfortunate. Let's get at the gem while we're here. Let's get 1. This was locked, right? Gotham's... I'm looking for, like, S words. Jeremy... Oh. That was the terminal password. And this is typed, so rooms in the East Wing are more likely to be locked. I mean, New England clam chowder is my preferred of the two, given my druthers. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8. I have not reached rank 8. But let's grab that anyway. Bedroom? Yeah, no point in it being bedroom. Let's do guest bedroom and we can get some more steps. A wife, and a bridge, or a bride, and a bridge. Bathtub and a bat. So lots of bees in the picture. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note. Thank you for the weekend. Sinclair is an S word. Start. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoyed your mathematical puzzles, and appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. I do like the dart puzzle. Okay, so we're seeing lots of B words in the art currently. It's gotta be kitchen. Has to be. Pine tree and a pin. So bees and peas. Banana, soup, club sandwich. And you get steps back for buying each of those. And the door is not there. Okay, we only have one option left then. Go to the West Wing Dining Hall. We can go outside too. We'll probably do that on our next run, just to kind of show that off. Dunes, sand dunes, and dunes and dessert. Okay, and then D's facing south. What's on south? That's in the corner. And Sinclair. I'm assuming that's Sinclair. We have biplane blueprints. So B's on this. The dining room had a bride. What does the pantry have? I don't think the pantry will have anything. Stairs and stars. Okay. Do a little grid. 9 by 5. Do a 9 by 5. Yes, I make all little weird noises with my mouth as I'm trying to figure stuff out. So this is S. That's a B. That's a B. And that was a P in that corner. Pin. and plain. Okay. So let's see if those stay consistent from run to run. This is like a serving tray and a tray and a tie. Is that too? I'm gonna put a question mark on that one. Like you do when you fill out a crossword, just put it really small in the corner if you're not sure. This room has nothing that we notice. No writing on the boxes. The den has a pilot and a park. It's the den. There's fifth room up. Is P. It's after midnight. This has like bath and bottle? Maybe? So that could be a B, potentially. Bedroom, lavatory, closet. We don't have a gem. Yeah, I think our run is done. So we can make it back to the front and go outside, but let's get a free room out of it. Let's see the photos. So queen or car. So let's say that's a C. That room. Okay. It's like a moon necklace on. So in the bedroom. It would be, if we couldn't, if you can pick it up, it must be important. Bedroom. Portrait with moon necklace. Oh, and a trunk, but the trunk is locked. Any pictures in the commissary? No. Yes, let's head on outside then. All right, so wheat weather, with, without. So with wheat and without has a cloud with rain. Could be rain, could be weather if we're doing the alliteration thing. Yeah, and I can't make out, I can see the S, but I can't be sure. It looks like maybe an N, N-U, maybe. All right, so let's head back. Enhance. Just enhance. This isn't CSI Miami. Yeah, you know, this isn't CSI Las Vegas, you know. This isn't CSI, there's plain CSI regular, you know. This isn't CSI New York, you know. I think that's all of them. There's been 4. Let's go outside. It's such a nice night. It's supposed to be midnight according to the clocks on the wall, but just hop the fence, buddy. Come on. Make a wish. I've never seen that before. Okay. All right. It could also, I guess it could also be noon. That's fair. Maybe? I didn't make one, so it's hard to tell. What happens if you don't make a wish and you put in a coin? I wish I wasted $1. It's real dark. It's real dark and spookums. I thought one of those was a gem at first. I got all excited. I might run out of things to do before I run out of steps. This gate is probably locked. Or at least can't get into it yet. At the camp. This is like where we spend the night, I believe, supposedly. To the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you will not be allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You can call it at any time from the blueprint menu, pressing tab to return to the campsite for the night. You can't stay on the property, but you can stay right next to it. Number combination. No? Okay. Other one it could be. Or do it the other way. No, okay. Just making sure. Trying the obvious ones, you know. I think this game is a little classier than that, so I don't blame it. I'm gonna head back to the house, but we might be calling it a day. In-game. In-game. In Minecraft. Only have a handful of steps left anyway. And since we have a card. So the entrance could be a C. Like, how generic are these going? And there we have a pine and a pin. So the kitchen could be P. Derm was a bride and a bridge. So that we had as a B. Good. The hallway was prayer and a pry bar, so we're gonna say that's P. We got 3 steps left. We can get into the guest bedroom to see the paintings. Bathtub and a bat. So that's also a B. We'll call it a day. We'll come back for day 2. So we got some good information. Got a guess for the password. We got the portrait, the blue and red memo notes, the with wheat kind of thing, some letters on the grid potentially, and the with cloud thing. So we got some information. Day 2. Same portraits here. Ace and the queen cards. We have 8 steps left to be able too tired to continue. You can just call it a day. Let's do the hallway. So we have a pine and a pin. Those are the same. Those are the same. That we had that as P. Let's just go corridor. This should be P as well, according to our last estimate. This is a pry bar and prayer. Is a P. Is a P. Is a P. Like pantry. P for pantry. Now there's no pictures in the pantry, and really gotta hit the P's. We got an orange. Please pick up some more fruit Friday. Previously, this room was a P. So the room to the north should be a B. Let's do the utility closet here. So this is B. Yep, blueprints and a biplane. This is B. Okay, so that grid seems to be consistent. I don't know what that means yet, but it seems to be consistent. Toggling of breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Please call DCEEP if you require assistance. Turn the garage on. Dark room, yes, off. The gymnasium, off. No. No, I cannot. Oh, I got this once. So it does everything to the left. When you click on blue, it does everything to the left. Come on. I feel like I'm right next to it. I just forget. It and I are next door neighbors. I'm just clicking things at this point, so. Okay. But now if we get the security doors, we need the security room and the security doors. Let's go 10. So this should be B's. A bride and a bridge. I've seen enough. Calling that consistent. This bedroom. Yeah, let's just do spare room. Because I want to keep going. And do I want the commissary? Let's do chapel. Let's do... yeah, let's do chapel, because we can still go around it if need be. Just get up in the entrance. There. So these have something to do, like the pictures of the people have something to do with it, I'm pretty sure. Well, we'll come back to that later. Let's go up through the spare room. Parlor... Yeah, let's do the parlor, because we can get something out of the boxes. No new notes that I'm seeing. We have a stage and... or theater? Stage or theater and... plant. I don't know the name of that particular plant. Hi. This box is the middle box. Sage, maybe? A stage and sage? Because I don't have a letter for this room yet. Could be sage. So yeah, let's put a little s here. Little s. In case it's like... it's not that's not time. But... it could be time, actually. The stems. Nah, I don't know. So this is a lie, because that is not the middle box. This box is the middle box. That is also a lie. So this is the true one. The gems are in the middle box. So both of those are lying. There has to be one true one. This is the true one. So the gems are in there. Hey. Guest bedroom. Let's do commissary. Just because it keeps us going. This is a coat and a cot. That's new as well, so that's C. So let's go south. So I had guessed a T for this room before, the one south. Do we want a blank observatory, or do you want storeroom? There's some value in the observatory, I feel like. Or the closet. That has 2 random items. Could get the shovel in the closet. 1 star for each observatory. Yeah, I'm gonna get stuff out of the observatory too. So. Oh, it's already looking in the right place and everything. Nice. So we had the tray and the tie. So this is T. I'm ready to call that T. Big T. Two stars. The twins. A pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall. And we will be making our way back there because we must. So good timing. Salt shaker, compass, shovel. Oh, we do have a shovel, but we don't have money for the shovel. keys for those. Let's head east into the hallway. Let's go into the corner. And nook. Tag. Tag and stag, deer and... tag. Oh, I'm not sure. And this could be deer or stag. Elk? Maybe? I don't even want to hazard a guess to that one yet. We're all dead ends here, so let's hit... We haven't had a lavatory yet. Coal and car? Cart and car, coal and car. Pretty sure that's going to be a C. So let's make C. Herbert Sinclair on the towels. Nothing in the garbage can. I wonder if the damaged walls mean anything. Because not all the rooms have those. Yeah, so there's 10 on a tag necklace. And an elk or deer. So now our only spot left is to go north in the chapel. Yeah. So didn't make a ton of progress this time. I know. You can hear them taking the money when I come in. So one is farmer gardener. So I'm gonna make notes of these two. So chapel. One is, so gardener or farmer. Two is chimney sweep. That's easy. Then it jumps to 4. 3. Okay, so 3 is the farmer. So 1, I'm going to say is gardener. 4. Oh, that's 4 was a chimney sweep. 4 was chimney sweep. 6 is... That's like a fox hunter outfit. Let's do this in order. 3 is a farmer. 2 is baker. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is maid. 6 is like a hunter, like fox hunter. It might not be fox, it might just be hunter. 7 is a queen or angel. Probably more queen than angel, but because all the rest are also angels. Okay. And of course you have the bishop piece in the chapel. Dark room. I should have left the lights on in the dark room. this one requires a gem, it must be good, right? That's logical. Oh. Thought my cursor changed there for a second. I don't even know if you can interact with anything, because maybe it won't, because you can't see anything. It's like, no, you can't stick your hands in baths of random chemicals. What are you talking about? Because I know normally, when the lights are on in here, which I forgot, when I turn the breaker off, there's pictures you can look at. Security room, though, but we have no security keys. Peek and pods. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. That's typed on red, so it's a lie. So antechamber is locked and you need access levers. Keyguard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north, which seems obvious. What's the notes? Blue memos are true, red memos are lies unless written by hand. We knew that already. We did have a guess of the password. This would be very obvious, so I don't think it's going to be it. First of all, yeah, let's turn the keycard system settings. Change offline mode to unlocked. Oh, wait, no. More the network stuff. Log in a network. I don't think capital S. Clear. That'd be too easy. Yeah. Not so. Worth a shot. And the two trunks in the main entryway. Which we have a key now, we can unlock one. Drawing room. You may draw... I don't have the gem for it, though. You may draw a new floor plan while drafting this room. Oh, and I have to do one now. Dang it. So this run is done, then. So let's get the fur. Do I have a letter for this room? No, I don't. Correct? Yes, correct. Let's do the drawing room, which I just said that I don't have a jewel for. So guest bedroom. This letter from the same guy. Yep. He just hasn't seen the billiard room. Ooh, the magnifying glass. We can perhaps find out the computer password. This is sand and dune and that's an ampersand. It is punctuation, kind of. So, and, sand. I'm just gonna write right by that. Sand and. Or sand and sign, so maybe it's an S. Couldn't say for sure. I never really thought to do that before. Okay, let's look at this. Where's my security glass? There we are. Swan Song. Because I have not gotten this password before. Swan Song, all caps. So password is Swan Song. And if I turn the dang lights in the darkroom on, which I guess I could go back there. I got lots of steps left. Nice. Staff service, remote terminal, electronic mail, data transfers, glossary of terms. Rooms are considered adjoined if they are connected. A to D. Oh, okay, yeah. Dead end. Dead ends room of any kind. If a room ever has additional doorways, it is not considered a dead end, even if those doorways are blocked. The directory contains detailed information for all rooms on the estate that you have drafted. You may access the directory at any time from the system menu. Dirigiblocks. In the commissary, players may find an arcade cabinet for the popular game Dirigiblocks. To the dismay of board members of the staff, the cabinet has not been in working order for the last several years. While the game is not currently accessible, it is scheduled to be added in a future patch. Okay. One of the most common types of rooms, bedrooms are typically used for resting and regaining steps, and are identified by the violet colors of their floor plan. Action of selecting your floor plan from the 3 options menu is known as drafting. There are the steps, you have to call it a day. Yes, this seems just like actual information. Draft pool. Drawing is the initial pulling of the 3 floor plans. Between drawing and drafting, remember 3 floor plans are drawn while one is drafted. Color, violet for bedrooms, orange for hallways, green for green rooms, yellow for shops, red for red rooms, and blue for blueprints, the default type. East wing, exhaust, exhaust. Exhausted, you have to call it a day. House, hallway, grounds. Whatever the state, grounds include many areas of interest, including the campsite, apple orchard, and west path. Gold coins. That's what the shop runs on. So this seems just legitimately to be a glossary. Special items is referring to an item as unique and inventory bound, as opposed to resource items like keys, like the shovel or the magnifying glass. West wing rooms of the house are the 9 rooms that border the very left edge. It is possible to connect to the other active terminals elsewhere on the estate using RTA. There's the laboratory, the office, and the shelter. So those are all offline. Electronic mail. The terminal does not allow access for mail. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via the terminal in the office. Data transfers. Press enter. Currently not available. And the glossary. Staff services. Punch in, punch out. Staff announcements. Special orders. Gum or your favorite fruit. The commissary is now taking specials. Take 1 to 3 days. Place a special order. Oh. Okay. Let's just try a compass. So we're going to make 1 to 2 days. Put order. That's cool. Punch in, punch out. Serves temporarily disabled. Is November 4th. All work has been suspended. Mount Holly. See Mrs. Babbage. Announcements. Anyone else has access to this network this month except you, Simon. So if you're reading this, just know we're all rooting for you. Your friends in faithful service. Request schedule change. It's been temporarily disabled. This is the 4th. You don't have alpha. Okay. Special orders we did. So I think that's everything we've done. Okay. So we ordered an item. Hey, look at us. Okay. All right. That's the first time I've ever gotten that password. So I feel that feels neat. So let's go back to the entrance hall. Yeah, I know. Making me poor. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the tail. Go, eeny, miny, mo. I don't know what I want. Oh, that'll do, though, yeah. Let's go. I mean, not that I have anywhere to use them. Actually, let's go back to the utility closet and turn the power on in the dark room. darkroom on. I also have the light, the puzzle thing in the middle of that. Yeah, keep going straight. Yep, into the hallway. North. Lose money in the chapel. Alright. She's the bellows and broom. That looks a lot like the lady in that one portrait. If there's something in there, I'm missing it, which is annoying. Selfie. Syncaco camera. If your pictures like this, like, I don't see, there's no number, no words that I'm seeing. There's two pictures. There's a selfie of just the camera and a selfie of him. Mirror selfies, even. Oh, keycard. Too bad we don't need that right now. Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship. I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark, so keep an eye on that. Yeah, I don't see any extra scribbles on that. 1128. So I bet you that's a combination for that gate. Gate combo 1128 question mark. If it's right, we scribble out the question mark. Okay. Let's see anything extra in that one. Oh, he's holding a letter to the camera. Green memos found in Harley's room are always false. Green memos in Hartley's room are false. Quite, I don't think this guy and his drink are doing anything special. Close up. Closelier. Look even closelier. And just these three again. Just him in the camera. I don't see anything. It's showing us a Syncaco camera. So unless the Synca has some kind of significance. This is the maids. Holding a feather duster. Slightly zoomed out maids. something in the top right drawer of that desk. This is like I'm taking a while on this because this is some of the most progress I've ever made in this game. Okay. Then we have like nowhere else to go. We're dead ended. No, we can go to the gate and unlock it actually, because we have that combination now. Other than that, we're dead ended. Lose money in the chapel. Oh yeah, actually, let's hang on to the key. Because I don't know if we'll need it, because I've never opened this gate before. Never got the password for the computer system before, never opened this gate before. All kinds of firsts for me. The apple. Oh, because they cut the tree down, so it's not there anymore. 11, 28. All right. The apple orchard has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each day with an extra 20 steps. Holy cow, okay. Just a 40% step increase. Let's go. Yeah, a little nozzle. I'm going to turn the nozzle. Oh, yeah, because I lit one of these up before. Not this one, obviously, but I lit one of these up in a different way. I think near the schoolhouse. I got into the schoolhouse before. So that's... Is that moving? No, that's not moving. I don't know what direction you're supposed to look at it from. Is it this way? I don't know how sundials work. I mean, I know how they work, but there's no numbers. I don't know where to start from. Don't tell me to... You know how sundials work, Dave? The sun. Gardener's Logbook, April 10th, 1992. Oh, so that's the gardener symbol. And we have a trowel. When I first came on the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, so church symbol is gardener. Because that leaf symbol was in the church above the altar. When I first came on estate in capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings in the estate, inasmuch as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Robert Nogula, Groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epson's death and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house, on the east and west wing. terrace, patio, veranda. Let's write this down. Terrace. I mean, it makes sense. Patio. But these are only available on the outside of the building. Veranda. Morning room and greenhouse. Greenhouse. And secret garden. Only on east or west walls. One of the first tasks I undertook as groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. And while I preferred a full survey of all 45 plots in the house, it was clear the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from this survey only ever appear in the wings. To qualify soil quality, measure the capacity to support crop growth, and maximize the promise of high yields, the survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. So we're going to make another grid for soil. Making a grid off camera, it's super entertaining watching. Measure the dirt quality in this game. Okay, so poor, good, poor, rich, barren, and poor. And from bottom to top on the right, we have poor, good, rich, good, poor, rich, good, rich. Cool. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, so almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the manor's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including but not limited to the orchard's smudge pots. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. Because that's how we get the extra steps, I'm assuming, from the fruit. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace a statue of Orinda, currently in the cloister, with the much more appropriate angel, Rinna. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday. And she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner Garth, and am too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars of for a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I have only ever seen Rinna's description in the chapel. So replace Orinda with Rinna. I don't know how many pages this book has. Okay, that's the last one. Got a lot. I feel like we got a lot of good info, and that was April 10th, 92. I feel like that was a lot of good stuff. All right. Let's head back, and then we can unlock that other chest. Not that I think it'll do a ton today. But we got good stuff. We got extra 20 steps tomorrow. Well, all the following days from today, we have an extra 20 steps. Let's go get this trunk. The keys are in the trunk. Keys and gems, but I don't think that's gonna do anything. Brawler, commissary. Did anything cost 5 in the commissary? It's worth having a look. Yeah, we don't have any green rooms in this run. Yeah, I wrote the little S for stage and sage. Salt shaker. I don't know what that does. Whenever you eat food and gain steps, gain an extra step. Fair. Tie, do I have a T for this? Yeah, I think I did write that down, right? Yep, T for that room. Okay, I think we're just going to call this one a day and then start anew. Call it a day. Alright. We got about a half hour left before the last break of the day. We jump into our last 3 games, but we are making some real good progress in this game. Like I said, I've got info I've never gotten before, so... Save and continue. A day 3. I have no idea how many days it takes folks to beat this normally. I think I was in the teens when I did it myself. 70 steps, let's go. This is... same letter as always. Same note about exhausting. Corridor. Let's just go bedroom. So we got prayer. Greetings from Reddington. Ooh, it's mighty. Prayer and a pry bar. Yep, that's letter P. Don't see any other notes or anything we have to photo. Let's get a hallway. Stairs and stars, S's, confirmed again. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. So doors in the West Wing are more likely to be unlocked. More likely, not always, just more likely. We have, let's just go pantry. That gets us money. And more steps. Let's spare room. West Wing Hall. I don't have letters for this one yet. So card and car. So this one's C. Passageway. Ooh, here's the breaker box. Let's do that. Don't need that yet. Don't need to waste a step and go in that room. The garage. Nice. I need a gem for it. But we're deaf, so we're leaving that. I have to draft something. I don't want to lose the garage. Dang. That's the gamble, right? You can gather resources in the early rooms. Bathtub and blood? Yeah, I do have B written down for this, so that would make sense. Use my key. Let's get observatory. Oh, I need gems. Let's just get storeroom. We don't really need any of the rooms with extra steps anymore. We have lots. This is a park and a pilot. We had that written down already, that room. So we got our money. We got our key. Wasn't there a gem in here? Blue bird drawing. There's our gem. Yeah, let's leave the breaker room. Shame about losing the garage, though. Yeah, let's go security. Because now we can turn the key card system off. Well, we want that high. And we want offline mode unlocked. Now, before we open any more doors, Bride and Bridge. Yeah, we had this one already. Let's antechambers be unlocked. Keycard access security doors more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. So let's go back now to the utility closet and turn off the security door breakers. Leave the darkroom on. Turn the garage on. Security card system off. Gymnasium off. I don't know what difference that makes. We'll see. Coat and cot. Do I have this one? I do have this one already. Now you go back to security, and now we should have 5 or 6 key card security doors, but they'll all be unlocked because we shut the power to them off. Den, please. Gives us a gem. Because we shut the power to them off, and when they're off, they'll be unlocked. Because we told it to do that in security. Let's go just corridor. I don't have letters for this one. Clock and a lock. Padlock, lock, clock, grandfather clock. Wonder if some of these are words. Like, all I can think of is lock. That is a lock or a padlock. And this is a clock or a grandfather clock. None of the letters match. Ooh, our billiard room. I like the billiard room. Let's do that. Sometimes there's stuff behind the bar. Sometimes there's not, I think. Do I have a letter for this? I do not. A match in a tree? Fire and fur? So maybe an F? Maybe. We'll make it a little F. Fire and fur? Potentially. So it's plus... Oh, are we supposed to have numbers for this? So it's 4 is 1 plus 3 is 4. 8 minus 4 is 3. 3 times 3. Wait. So it's plus, minus, times, divide. So 2 and 2. Or it's just 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8. No, oh, I had the second one pop up already. 1 plus 3? No. Brain, come on, brain. It's just 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. No. So 9 plus 9 is 13. Okay. So 20 minus 3 is 17. Right, it's the rings. So the first one, the second ring is a minus, third ring is a times, fourth ring is divide. So 3 minus 1 is 2. 5 times 4 is 20. 15 minus 10 is 5. Times 3 is 15. There we go. 2 keys. Each day, meals served after reaching rank 8. Oh my goodness. Let's go here because it has a north-facing door. And I do have a letter here already. I have a tentative S for stage and sage, which makes sense to me. Ooh, closet is handy to have there. Grab the items out of that. We got a gem and a key. Silver key. Unlucky door with silver key leads to a room with many doors. And we have a fishing pole and a forest. So potentially F. I don't have one in that area yet. So potentially F. Question mark. And we've hit dead end. Well, we can go back to the entrance and go east. So let's get observe. Oh, we've hit observatory before, but it progressively gets better, yeah? This room counts as 2 bedrooms. Yeah, let's do bunk room, just because we haven't had it yet. Bunk room, we have a tray and a tiger, so this is a T. That's a T. Again, these letters I'm sure will come together at some point. I'm just not sure how right now. And a mouse, hamster, little guy. Hey. Right, we got a diary. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp, and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, and I will not have to share my old room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but the day will be a good day because he is at camp. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. I also had more fun at the camp than he has had in his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission, and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not need to go to the park on Friday, and I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book. Even though he is older, he is a crybaby. Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college. I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long time ago. Hopefully you find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I wouldn't have it any other way. I still would rather have had a sister. Congrats on the diploma and welcome home, Simon. So Simon, we got some money. We're rich. We got 12 whole dollars. The Turtles of Vera. We got like an old school ColecoVision or something. Or Atari of some sort. Yes, we got a letter. We got some money. Here's the diary. Which gives us the names. Simon, that's the brother. I don't know how much bearing that has, but let's try it. It never hurts to write it down. Camp Colonel. Hey, Mike. Holy crap. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, really, really appreciate it. It woke me up a little bit with the noise there. It's a quiet game. It puts me to sleep a little bit. I like the hamster. It has a bunk bed. No, yeah. Well, yeah, thank you. That's a non-small amount of money, and I appreciate it always. So, thank you so much. And first off, milestone completed. $50 game card giveaway. So I'm giving 2 gift cards away, one for $25, one for $50, to the gaming platform choice of the winners. But that also means we are going to have our last piece of popcorn chicken with butt bubbler on it. Set a little bit in a bowl here. And this is good. It's, like I said, it's kind of like a spicy tomato sauce. And then, like that notification says, we hit 431 US, which is equal to 600 Canadian, because exchange rates are horrible. So we're up to the 3rd tier hot sauce. All right. But bubbler, tomato, like it says on the thing, roasted tomatoes, onions, jalapenos. I definitely get some Parmesan, a little story they have on the back. It talks about Parmesan as well. I definitely get some of that. But now we're going to try out the gut grenade. It has green serrano peppers, garlic, and honey. So we're going to give this a good shake. And then give it a shot. Well, here, we're actually going to give it several shots. It's much more liquidy hot sauce. I gave it a good shake a couple of times. Ooh, this one smells hotter. No, it's definitely like a salsa verde or green chili sauce, like a green enchilada sauce. Definitely warmer once it hits the back of your mouth, but you get that green vegetal hit from it. So let's do a few of these though. So we get 600. We get 4 of these. So try the gut grenade, the green chili sauce, basically. Sorry if you're hearing me chew. No, that's definitely, the heat is starting to get there. Like that's a mid-scale heat for me. Like I'd be comfortable just with a salsa like at this temperature. But it's definitely like, it's a green chili sauce, so you get that like vegetal hit. You can taste the green, the serrano pepper in there. I'm soaking these pretty good too. I don't know if you can see, but like it's a bit more liquidy sauce, but it's be really good for dipping. This would be good on like some nachos or something like that. One more. All right, this one's good and chunks on it and stuff. That's good. I like it. And it's neat because they're different flavors as well. It's not just different levels of heat. Like the very first one I had was a hot honey. It's very reminiscent of just like a Thai chili, a mild Thai chili sauce. The second one, the butt butler, was like a tomato sauce. I could definitely see that on some pizza. Even just like mixed in with the tomato sauce you would put on a pizza. This one, the butt butler, this would go really good. Like I said, on like some nachos or on some enchilada, like I said, enchilada sauce would be really good. Cool, but I'm liking them so far. And it's cool because they serve different purposes. Anyway, we were playing a puzzle game. And once again, thank you so much. Really, I say it every year. It never means less. Even though I've said it several times over the years by now, I really do appreciate it. So thank you muchly. But that being said, we have, so for $1,000. So it's a little tricky because the tracker over on that size says $482.80 because that's the widget measures it in US dollars. So it's a little annoying that way because we have raised 678 Canadian dollars, which is amazing. First off, that means we are $122 away from going to, wait, so technically if I'm doing this by Canadian dollars, I owe y'all a lot more. So after our last break in like 10-15 minutes, I'm going to be coming back doing the rest of the gut grenade, doing the Mexorcist as well, because the Mexorcist is the one that should have been unlocked at $600. I've been looking at the American tracker. Oh my goodness. So I owe you a few Mexorcist tastes after the break. And then if we hit $800, the $800 gets to the taste bud trauma. And we are $322 away from the no-no sauce, the 6 million Scoville. I have chocolate milk, I have bread standing by if need be, but I'm comfortable. I feel like I'm good going up to the taste bud trauma. This would be pretty warm, I feel like. But this is, they sell the no-no sauce as like a challenge sauce. Like the, what's the hot ones? What's their hot sauce called? It's similar to that. That's how they market it and sell it. But I'm saying there's a chance The bomb, yeah. So it's got me curious almost at this point. Anyway, back in puzzle game. Yeah, let's just go parlor. No point in having any other room there, right, meow? Let's grab our gems. Alright, blue box says this box is the black box, so that is a lie. This box is the blue box, that is a lie, so the black box tells the truth, and the box that claims to be black has the gems. So this one. Hey. So we just need north-facing doors at this point, so observatory. A 3 stars. The slice, because it looks like a pizza. Well, a slice of pizza. Yuckers. Yuckers for which? The sauce? I say a lot of things. I can't be trusted to remember them all. Yeah, I think, because you tried it. You bought that pack and you tried it, didn't you? Oh, what's the pictures in here where the deer and the, yeah, I wasn't sure if that was right. Someone brought it into work, right? That's what it was. So many. So we got horses. We got 3 guys. We got pods and peak. So I'm gonna write down a tentative P. P? Question mark? P? Yeah, and that was the worst thing about the chip too, was that it didn't. Well, that wasn't the worst thing, Farah, but it didn't taste good. Oh, we got a card. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans, from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you don't like your initial options. Let's keep going north. Gotta get the dark room. It goes north. I don't want to risk drawing a room that doesn't go north, so... use a key. Oh, right. Should have used the silver key, because we hit a dead end. So a tent and a tag. Tent and tag? Maybe? I'm gonna put a tentative T. Onto that one. And I'm pretty sure that's the day. Yeah, there's nowhere, no other rooms, nothing else we can go or do. Nothing we can buy. Nothing we can set up. We can request something in security, so let's go do that. I feel so free with 70 steps now. This is weird. Let's make a special request. Take the whole time like I did last time. Like real dial-up time. Staff services. Request schedule special orders. Place a special order. Metal detector, running shoes. Let's get a shovel. can call it a day. Actually, I want to test the one gate out here. I'm pretty sure we have to find a key to get over here. Yeah. And that lamp down here should be burning because we unlocked that. Yeah, the gas flame there. Cool. Let's call it a day. Let's do one more day. One more day. It's an addicting game. All these roguelites, right? You want to get in there. And yeah, like I said, after I get back, I might only be having one piece of pizza for supper because I'm going to be eating so much chicken when I get back. Yeah, because I owe up to 575 to finish off the gut grenade. And I owe 3 pieces of Mexorcist. Because I was going by the American one. A pantry. Like that's how we started last time. Same orange and everything. Hallway, the red card. Doors to the west wing are more likely to be locked. We know that, and we know it's a lie. Bedroom. Commissary. Bedroom, because we don't have the gem for the commissary. It's greetings from Reddington. I almost said Remington. Greetings from Reddington postcard. And an apple. We're so healthy. Oh yeah, do I want to risk getting the garage again? Let's go back this way. I don't want to get the garage and not be able to select it. There's a gem. So let's get the den, go back, let's keep working our way up the west wing. I've seen episodes of The West Wing, never really sat down and watched it because I was way too young to care about that stuff when it was on TV. I've heard really good things. Patio. Yeah, let's get a patio. Has a gem in it. Right there. Buried below, occasionally you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. Very suspicious. There's 2 right here, so hopefully we find a shovel at some point. The Nook loops back north. Let's go, Nook. Do I have... Yes, I have a letter for this room. Patio I don't have for, though. But I don't think there was any pictures of the patio. Yeah. Oh, drawing room. There we go. Can redraw floor plans when leaving this room. 4th one up. Yeah, we got for this should be C's. Coat and cot, yep. Alright. Come on, garage. Garage, let's go. We have no gem, we spent our gem. I forgot we spent it. Dang. Let's go closet. And of course we get a gem and a key in here. We have car and card. We have C for this already. Because I know the garage unlocks some stuff. So I would have liked to have that. Okay, wait. What is this? Oh no, it is a tentative S for this room. Okay, yeah. Storeroom, spare room. I'd rather not hit a dead end, but hopefully this has something going north. It does. It has the parlor. Oh, let's get the key first. All right, blue box. All 3 statements are false. That's not true. So the blue is false. 2 statements are false. Don't know. The gems are in a box with a false statement. Okay, this one gets more complicated. So 2 statements are false. There's no way to know that. So we know the blue is false. That can't be. Gems are in a box with a false statement. 2 statements are false. So if 2 statements are false, that would mean the gems are in a box with a true statement. So meaning this one. Meaning these 2 are false. If this is true, and so this and this can't be true. Because it says 2 statements are false, in which case that would be false, because this would be true, and this would be true. So the gems are in a box with a false statement is false. All 3 statements are false. 2 statements are false. I think this one. Yeah. Utility closet, kitchen. Let's go kitchen. Tag in a tent. Because this one we did have a tentative T on before. So let's leave that there. Ooh, that looks nice. Little columns and that this kind of building. It's not a gazebo. I would call it much fancier than a gazebo. But geez, somebody needs to clean these windows. My goodness. All right, but now we're locked. So let's just go storeroom. Yeah, let's just go storeroom. Well, we are fully blocked. So we have coal and a chart. So we'll call this a C. I really hope these letters pay off at some point. It's going to be annoying if they don't. Not annoying, but it'll have been a lot of work. We have so many things. We go all the way back down to the entrance hall and or the den. Might as well do the entrance hall. But I still have over 50 steps, so we're fine. Hello, den. Courtyard. Yeah, let's go courtyard. If we do end up getting a shovel, and there's a locker or trunk. Come on, shovel. No shovel, but pretty much everything else. Let's go this way. The boudoir, or the locksmith, where you can buy keys. I'm not worried about keys at this point. There's a Pikachu. Christmas. Oh, if we had the magnifying glass, I bet you we could make out a combination of some sort. It's a Christmas party. No? Okay, fine. take a shot. There was the code on the gate, so maybe there's a chance. Just want to make sure that there's some not... Scroll in. Zoom. No, nothing. Yeah, let's go south. Because I don't have letters for this room yet. So let's make it the billiard room. And do as a puzzle. Get more keys. We won't be using this run. Ah. It's a tag and stag, right. I think was those or the something in deer. And I appreciate that you are willing to bite your tongue for it. So 17 is just on its own is 17. 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 5 is 11. 8 plus 3 is 11 minus 7 is 4. 12 minus 7 is 5, times 4 is 20. 7 minus 1 is 6, times 3 is 18. Silver key. Can I unlock a safe door? That'd be great. Let's go this way. Guest bedroom, dark room, utility closet. Yeah, we don't really have anything that pays off the utility closet. Guest bedroom, get more steps for no reason. Ooh, and a gem. Pin and a pine is a P, yeah. That is a little weird, because you are watching me right now. So, I don't want to judge. And you are obviously allowed to keep watching, but it's a little ominous, that's all I'm saying. Let's go explore the courtyard. We have a million steps, so let's just go explore the other door in the courtyard. Nice. Dining room lets us get into the other two rooms. It's my only worry at this point. The terrace. Green rooms do not cost gems to draft. Or the dark room. Let's get the nice terrace. Maybe it has trunks we can open with our keys. Ooh, this is nice. Look at us. Stealing their money. Security, dark room, bunk room. We could request something with security. Yes, let's just go security and request something. We've had the bunk room before. Keycard access, antechamber. What's the third one? What's it supposed to be? F. Fishing and forest. Blue memos, red so nothing new there. C-Cam 23. C-Tape 2. No. Like I said, it might not be the time to be playing this with how long I've been up for the last couple of days. Log in. I'm gonna start typing this in for my own password and things. Dial-up noise. You've got mail. Staff services, right. Magnifying glass, please. Alright. Log out, and we're going to call that a day. And I'm going to save and quit. And with that, we're going to call the last break of the day. So I'm going to go have some supper and get some chicken ready. Because I'm going to have to eat some chicken when we get back with some hot sauce. And when we get back, we'll be knocking out the last 3 games of the day back to back to back. That includes, first up, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, Stardew Valley, and to finish off the day, Hades 2. I want to thank everybody who's been hanging out. Appreciate it so much. The donations, obviously, if you're not able to donate, that's perfectly fine. Hanging out helps so much, honestly, in this. Hanging out, chatting, keeping me company, keeping me awake, keeping me sane. But we will be back in probably around 20-25 minutes. You'll see some stories from Extra Life, some commercials, some cool facts and information about Extra Life and Children's Miracle Network hospitals over that time. But I will be back with chicken, spicy sauce, and some Five Nights at Freddy's Security